Hi guys, I'm back and welcome to another Elliott Waves on Cryptos video. Today, after high demands again and following our, twice a weekly poll, or maybe even thrice sometimes a weekly poll, the community voted, and the community voted VECHAIN as well as HBAR. That was a pair actually coming together for reasons that, they're related to me. I wanted to just do HBAR because we haven't looked at it for a while, and it actually has remained quite firm during this dip. And the other pair that we're going to have a quick look will be ENJIN, because it has been validated by the QIC trading group on Telegram. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we can expect and whether this correction or dip or crash, as some people call, has finally finished or not, and what are the signs, at least on these particular coins. Okay guys, so I'm going to start with ENJIN. I'm not going to go through a lot of details on the long term because we've looked at it many times. This is just an update. We're looking 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. And we're also looking internally in that structure, the intermediate, the red one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? When we have 5 waves up, we're looking at a continuation, progressive continuation towards the trend direction, okay? Just to be sure that all of you understand. This is some clarity for you. Now, within this wave red, 3 guys, intermediate degree, we've got 1, 2, 3, and potentially we've got wave 4 in as well. Last time, if you recall, I called that level at 1618 as well, 70 cents, and it's exactly where we spot, where we stop. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that to be like boom, dang, like 70 cents exactly, but it's exactly what happened, and we are happy with it. We take it. And now, what does this mean? Since we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 completed, right? We're expecting for wave 5, and this wave 5 is going to be 5 over here of 3, okay? Then we'll get 4 and then 5 of 3, then 4 and then 5. Then we're talking. But this is long term, guys, right? We're also looking at the daily chart, do not forget. Now, using our channel over here, we connect the wave 2, the wave 4, and the wave 3 in order to identify a median progression sort of line to the upside, right? And also a potential stop to this move to the upside. I'll be honest, okay, this is respected sometimes, but due to this impulsive move, I don't think we're going to get 5 getting up here to finish that sort of move to the upside. I think it's going to be much lower, perhaps above the previous high. Perhaps it's very likely. Now on the 4-hour chart, guys, as you remember, we looked at the W, X, and Y. This is done, so let me just delete that. And what is happening here with ENJIN, to be fair, is that ENJIN has broken, guys, has broken above, pretty much revisited the pre-crash area, okay? And it's not just that. Most of the other assets have done, I wouldn't say a mirror move to the upside, because it's not mirror. They have done a very good move to the upside, but most of them have stopped. They have stopped to the post-crash high, which is over here. Some of the coins following the crash did another low, and some didn't. Bitcoin didn't, for example. Those that did, they are more bullish. That includes the Ethereum as well. Now, does this mean we're going to head straight to wave 5? I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we're looking bullish, okay? And it could mean 2 things. One is we'll continue up for wave 5. The other one is that we are not done with wave 4. Okay? And as you can see, we've also stopped at the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement of this leg to the downside over here, right? And that suggests 2 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, we're gonna get the 5 and break above that, and then correct and continue higher. And 2, this is a W, this is an X, and we're gonna get another wave to the downside, wave Y. for a fresh low, of course. That's going to be below the previous low, right? And don't be surprised if we see that happening. Now, all of this, of course, is going to be dependent on Bitcoin mainly and whether this correction has finished or not. But for ENJIN to get down there, it means that we need to see very big selling pressure. That's why this is my alternative scenario, okay? And not my main scenario. My main scenario is that, and I'm expecting that to be validated, to get another leg up, to continue and get the 5 in. Then get a correction, might be a shallow one, might be a deep one, and then continue higher. Okay, now in case we get a sharp, okay, there we go. In case we get a sharp move to the downside and we cross below the 131, 135 or so, whatever that level is, this level, guys, is critical. So things will start becoming a little bit awkward over here. Okay, so pay attention to the downside in case, should it come, of course, yeah, to 135. Because it's very, very important. Now, some of you probably want to know where we're heading from here. Usually, guys, what we can do is we can take 3 for the length of this and assume that for wave 5. So 725, 730 or whatever, that is one level that we're looking ahead. Okay, obviously the next level up is the 278. After 278, we're looking at the previous top at 4. Okay, and then after 4, where are we looking? I will tell you where we're looking. What we'll have to do is get these and this and this. Look at that. That is a cluster at 4, right? At 61.8, where after 5, we're looking at 6. This is a 594. Okay, so that's for ENJIN, guys. Let me just quickly take this off. And then we are moving to VECHAIN. I'm not going to go on the daily chart. We all know the game here. I've been calling for this correction up here for weeks, not to say months, guys. Okay, and you well know it. In honest truth, though, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting the 5 cents. You might think that, okay, well, that's the low in then, okay, and we're gonna go lower. It could be a case, but I don't like the fact that we did go that low. Okay, it validates that there is a lot of selling pressure on VECHAIN. Although it's doing well, its pattern is very similar with Bitcoin. You see, we had a fresh low here, but not here. ENJIN did a fresh low down here, and that is the, you know, the higher low. And ENJIN is way above that level. VECHAIN didn't even get there, so it's even less forceful than BTC at the current moment. Okay, that's why I'm looking for a main scenario that we are likely to get that being a W, X, and Y. Okay, so we've done the ABC over here, which means that I'm looking at this as an ABC again. Okay, or it could be a case, guys, where this is A, B, C, D, E. We're gonna get a triangle and then get another leg down. I know most of you don't want to even think about VECHAIN going lower than the 5 cents, but it is possible, okay? And whatever is possible, I'm here to show you. For those of you who don't know about the current structure, I am very bullish in VECHAIN. Okay, I am. I'm just telling you that we still are in a zone that risk remains quite higher than other cases to the downside. We still even trade within this ascending channel, okay, which is the base channel. So this break that we'll currently see might be false, might not be false, but in either case, I'm looking at 61 and 38 and 50, and perhaps to get that sort of triangle over here. Now, should we break above the 61.8, that is going to be a good development, because finally we're going to head higher to the pre-crash sort of initiation candles, around the 17 cents or so. Okay, heavy selling started around that level, and then we're looking at the 20 cents. Okay, it's even possible, guys, that we're going to move to the 0.886. Okay, and still 23 cents and still move lower down, because the truth is that when we get WX and Ys, yeah, the X wave is usually deeper than in an ABC. So you're going to get the 61, the 78, even the 88.6, or even sometimes even the 90%. Okay, but for now, what I will be looking closely, yeah, is to see, and let's come a bit closer over here, is to see what's going to happen around that level, around this area, because so far I've got this very nice impulsive move to the upside, 1 and 2, but then we stop here. And it's not just we only stop, we are coming down and we are overlapping with the previous stop. This is not a good development, guys. It's not, unless if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means that's 1, and that's going to be like 2, and then we're going to get 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, yes, which means we are moving up impulsively. So in that scenario, I would want, because this is a very shallow move to the downside, I would want the 38.2, which is the 10 cents, to hold prices. Okay, as long as we remain above the 10 cents, things are going to look brighter than in case we break below the 10 cents, which means if we stay above the 10 cents, the likelihood of receiving the alternative scenario will be higher. Okay, in terms of levels, guys, for one, right? So we've done 3. Let me just delete this. Let me just delete this as well. And what I'm going to do, because we need to find the beginning of wave 1, we will use our Fibonacci expansion tool from 1 to 3. And if we assume wave 4 is in, we're looking at 38 cents. Okay, that will be the first level to take into account. Of course, the second one, and as did before, will be the wave 4 size, right? Which brings us to around the 50 cents. Okay, so we're looking at 34 and 50, but that's after we break above wave 3, right? So don't get confused. Don't think that it's just going to go straight up to 38. Okay, no. And last, HBAR. We've never looked at HBAR, guys. That's why I added it on the vote with VECHAIN. So it wins, and so I analyze it. This is a trick I do sometimes, so you guys have a better perspective of what's really going on the markets. Now, what you will notice with HBAR, guys, is that this correction compared to other stuff, compared to other coins, is pretty good. Okay, and look at this impulsive move to the upside before the crash. We went to 45 cents. We dropped down to 15 indeed, but it's been holding since the crash very nicely. Okay, now what do we have here? We have a very nice guideline, if you want to call it, wave 3 to the upside over here. Okay, know that wave 1 comes from the past. It's just not, the data are not appearing here, but we have to take it into account, obviously. We've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for wave 3. Yeah, and you see that my correction here ended at 23.6 Fibonacci retracement, right? Which, should it remain being the case, it means that it's quite the opportunity for, for the wave 5 to go all the way up to minus 272, which is 130. Yeah, it is the 130, guys. Obviously, before the 130 comes the 1, right? And before the 1 comes the 50 cents and the previous high and blah, 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 etc. Now, even if we're not done here, what we can do, is use the same Fibonacci extension over here. We are in wave 3. So I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4, and I'm looking at the 70 cents. This is my 38.2, yeah, and it's a highly respected target. Now, we started the wrong way. Going back, what's going on here with the correction? We've had a bounce at the median regression of this base channel, because this is a base channel still, okay? Just to have an understanding, that's the base channel, and the acceleration channel is over here, okay? If, of course, that's wave 4 in, which I think it is. You might say, well, we didn't really cross above that pre-crash candle high as we did, you know, with ENJIN, for example, and it's like similar to VET and BTC. But guys, don't forget that we have done a very, very short correction down here compared to BTC and VECHAIN. Yeah, plus we've already entered territories that they are considered to be, there is a lot of price activity, okay? So as long as we're above this level, which is the 23 cents or so, I'm looking at opportunities to the upside, okay? Now, let's go down in the 4 hours, because that looks quite triangular, one might say, right? So we've got A, B, C, D, something like E, but you know, it's probably going to be a case where that's the A, that's the B, that's the C, D, and E, or something like this to move down here, right? Or guys, and this is what I'm looking, because as I said before, I think we are down over here in wave 4. First of all, let me grab that Fibonacci retracement over here. Look at this. We only did the 50 Fibonacci, yeah, but we remain between those levels. And as long as we are above the 23, as I said before, 25, yeah, we are good. We're looking good. Now, the honest truth is this, that from down here, up here, down and up and down and up and down and up, we don't really look impulsive, right? We don't. But if we go down on the 1 hour chart, here's what I'm looking. I'm looking at this as a leading diagonal, which is the wave 1, yeah? And then this is A, because it's clear 5 waves down, yeah? This is B, and this is 5 waves down, C, okay? Which means that's 1 and that's 2. Now, over here, we've got another leading diagonal with a correction, okay? And then we've got a move that is starting in its infancy, 1 and 2, and will continue 3, 4, and 5. That's one scenario. Or one might suggest, because this looks quite corrective, all of it, instead of multi-structure, move to the upside with another leading diagonal. We've got the leading diagonal over here, yeah, and this is ABC for a W. This is X, and we're gonna get Y. And then wave 2 is going to be here. And from here, we're gonna move higher up. That means we're going indeed to break below the 23. However, we may not do a fresh low, and prices might just get us down to the 23.6 Fibonacci, which we can also validate with a retracement to the upside. It's the 61.8 Fibonacci, okay, on the upside. And also a very nice handle, the 20 cents. So this is what I'm looking for HBAR as well, guys. In case you want to leave a comment on the YouTube section, feel free to do so. I don't mind responding, but be patient, it might take time. Now, I will put up the next vote as well, okay, shortly, so you can participate. For that, don't forget that you need to turn, obviously subscribe, and secondly, turn the notifications so you receive those on time, okay? Sometimes I also make different posts that they are important. For example, the other day I did a post for Theta, because I saw some very good volumes coming in, and I just sent a screenshot to the community. So you can also have, you know, insights like this, like timely insights, in case you know, you would like to have an edge against the markets, let's just say. Okay, now before I go, I want to remind you again that none of this is investment advice, okay? And I also want to say that in case you have an alternative scenario in mind, or you want to provide some technical analysis, do it, but back it up, okay? Don't just throw some sentence there that doesn't make sense. I will not engage. So thank you for watching, and we'll speak again soon.